Hello, YouTube. We're back. I'm Aaron,
And I'm Steven.
and that's Steven. You just heard. Steven is my special guest this time around in our preview or review of ship classes. You've already seen us give a quick tutorial of the Interceptor, albeit it wasn't a very in-depth one. We might have to do that one over in the future sometime. And you have also seen us give one for the fighter, and its special benefits and some disadvantages and stuff like that. But this one that we're going to do for this showcase is what Jacob describes as the boat. Now, Stephen, would you agree that the frigate is a boat, or would you say
Yeah,
something else?
yeah, I would say it's a boat.
He would say it's a boat. Stephen says it's a boat. All right. Well, I
It
guess
can be
that
a maneuverable boat, but it's still a boat.
as long as it floats in space.
Yeah, as long as it floats in space. It's okay.
Yes, the frigate, which we are going to be showcasing this time around, is definitely not the one you dogfight with. If you'll just take a quick look at some of the specs, you can see, like, down at the bottom of this stat list, you've got its speed, its vertical strafe, acceleration, its afterburners, its yaw, and its pitch, yaw, pitch, yaw. So
Sure, for
this,
sure.
yeah, it's not exactly inclined to do a bunch of quick maneuvering. Instead, what these things tend to focus on are some pretty heavy firepower and a lot of defense support as well as command capabilities. I don't know, Steven, what do you roll with when you go with your frigate?
Um, well, I'm Empire, so I roll with. It changes on the main weapon. It's a little bit different than most frigates, but it also fills a support role. So my active modules are all support modules. Um, Other than that, it's because I'm also Empire. I roll with a lot of hull bonuses, just so that it can tank.
So you say you fill two different roles, right? You fill one that allows for you to tank and support your team as well as to be there and dish out the damage. Tell us a little bit about your special and what type of weapons you usually roll with.
Okay, the Empire's frigate special is the disintegrator, and what it is it's a long-range thermal laser sniper rifle, basically. Um, the what's interesting about this particular weapon is that the damage scales based upon the um, mark number. So, for instance, I am currently running assault lasers on my frigate because the wardens, which is my subclass of Empire, are allowed higher tier of assault lasers. So I have a tier 2, but I have a Mark 3. The Mark 3 gives me around 450 extra damage on my disintegrator, um, as opposed to a tier 1, which, or a Mark 1, which will give me just the base damage. Now, the disintegrator, that scaling, I believe, is unique to the disintegrator. The Jericho have a missile, but I don't believe it scales. And you play Federation, so I don't know what yours does.
Well, I mean, the special for Federation is the combat drones. You have these little two drones that fly around, and what they'll do is, if you can read it right here. If shield strength drops below 50%, the drones actually act as repair. When they're not repairing, they act as somewhat of a sentry. They ward off good fighters, and they do damage. And the damage is also based on it scales with the ship's main weapon level as well. So I think I follow suit with what the Empire frigates will do. I don't focus on that too much as I play a strict support role with my frigate, but I can occasionally dish out the damage. And so, Steven, would you say that you're more of a support role as an Empire frigate, or are you more of uh, a damage type, or would you say both?
Um, I'm more of a support role.
More
For
of a
my
support.
current loadout, I am more of a support role.
Okay, all right. And you're playing the Hydra too, aren't you?
Yes.
All right. So as you can see here, there's a bit of a difference between certain modifications and certain prototypes of these ships. The Hydra 2 obviously has a slightly different amount of hull, different amount of shield from the Acid Hydra. and obviously it's both are less in comparison to the next tier of upgrades. And so these frigates, they follow the same suit, the same tech tree as the fighters and the interceptors that we've shown before you. And as you heard from Steven, you roll with support. So essentially, what you put on these guys is generally anything that gives them strength. You increase their hull resistances to damage, you increase their shields, their hull strength so that you have more health, that sort of thing. And I don't know. Do you normally go with energy regeneration or anything of the sort for yours, Steven?
On the ship mods,
Yeah, yeah.
uh, I believe I do. Yeah, I do energy regeneration. Especially since I'm running with the um, active or like the auras that drain energy per second. I have that energy regeneration so that if I'm standing still, I'm not actually draining my energy. Especially since my laser or my disintegrator uses a lot of energy also.
Oh, so your disintegrator actually takes energy per shot?
Yeah.
Wow, that's interesting.
It takes. I mean, it doesn't take much.
Right.
It takes a fairly big chunk. So if you, especially while I'm running support modules, if I don't have any regeneration at all, I'm going to run out of energy really fast, and then my auras are going to be gone, and I'm not going to fill my role very well.
Yeah, that's completely understandable. My drones they act as like another aura because they are constantly consuming energy per second. So you'll see with a lot of frigates, whenever they try to adopt to their support roles and their tactical roles as the overall heavies of the armadas and the fleets of this game, you'll see them roll with these actives, which brings something unique to the field, I might add, because these actives, what they do is they expand out in a large radius whenever you activate them, and they will. You have multiple options, but normally for the support one, the general tactic for frigates to roll with pertain to shield regeneration and hull regeneration, or shield increase. You have immediates that might suddenly repair all of the shield of a lighter, friendly vessel that's the most damaged within a certain radius. Or you have what Steven and I like to roll with, which are geared more towards support, which is a constant radius around you. So if friendlies are wounded during combat, they just retreat to your position, and you act as sort of a rally point in the midst of the combat. So they run back to you, they guard you, they act as your guard. So it's like a positive sum game. You win, they win. You get buffs for them helping to escort you to a certain location on the combat field, and at the same time you're healing their shields as well as repairing their hull with your auras. And another
Hmm.
typical thing for frigates to roll with happen to be like missile defense systems. You'll see that a lot. Whenever we play a
Yeah.
game here in the next couple minutes, it's the little green line that shoots out, and this thing it's great. It takes down any missile heading your way. Now, it does have seconds to recharge, but it's generally very useful. Wouldn't you
And
agree?
yeah, I mean, on my support frigate, I mean, it's based on support, so it gets the energy. It costs less energy to use support items, but I still run with the missile defense. I mean, it's protection, but since it's just so useful, I definitely will run with it anyway. Um, so, so I'm healing people, hull and shields, and preventing big missiles.
Yeah, so you really do fill the role, and it's great because just like the fighter and the interceptor before, you see as Steven so well put out, or stated, you've got these certain bonuses that are applied to the class whenever you equip certain actives that are dubbed support or offense or tactical or electronic warfare, that sort of thing. And as the frigates, whenever you have support roles, you do have the consumption of energy decreased by a certain amount, which is great because if there's one thing, and I know Steven will say yes to this, if there's one thing that frigates suffer from the most, it is energy consumption.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's a horrible thing, which is why you always find frigates rolling with energy capacitors, which allow for a quicker regeneration speed on top of the bonus of decreased energy consumption per module, which is
Hmm.
is really great. And it really lends itself to allow you to adapt to the role better, which it acts as any other class. You can end up being the turning point in the game for your team, and you'll see that as we play a couple games here in a little bit. I think there was one other question I was going to ask you, Stephen. How do you generally what are the overall tactics that you would employ as a frigate user?
Um, really depends on I mean, the use your word, Stephen. Um, in the game mode you're fighting in. Uh, Most of the time, since I feel the support role for, the captain reconnaissance one, I stick with the captain. Um, Try and spot any people that are coming in, start shooting my laser at them. Big line of red usually can point out ships pretty easy for everyone else.
That's true.
Um, uh, if I'm doing the bomb detonation one, I'll usually pick a point, stick on it, and snipe whoever I can. Most of the time that I'm using mine, I'm actually in the disintegrator, um, just because I can hit things that are 12,000 meters out from me. Uh,
Cheap.
eh, I wouldn't say cheap. At least it's
No,
not a missile that can
it's
guide.
it's saved me
Uh,
more than once. I will admit to that.
and I mean, most of the time it's just stick around with a big group of people. They can defend you, you can support them, type thing. That's most of the time what I'm trying to do, is just help out the team by healing people or keeping people alive.
Right. So it's perfect. As you can clearly see, it's a great ship to have. You can't. This is a game where you can't just rely on players who roll with the fast maneuvering type or the tanky dogfight type. You really need a quite a versatile team in order to get the job done. And frigates are undoubtedly one of our favorite. It's like a universal favorite for baddies to use because we see their support roles that they play, and we love to utilize them to their best advantage, and it also gives you tons of points. I mean, we're kind of in it for ourselves here too, so the payout using frigates happens to be quite a bit as well. And
Those bonus assists.
those bonus assists, you get buff assists. Anyone in your area that kills someone within your radius is getting buff assists. It is quite intense. So you can rack up the points just for supporting. It's great. It's almost like a medic heavy fashion from your games like Team Fortress 2 or something like that. Uh, but what Steven and I described were support roles. Now there are other roles for these frigates to play. You have, like pointed out earlier, you've got variations of frigates, like between the Hydra 2, the Acid Hydra. There's uh, there's a Mark II version for Federation ships and stuff like that, and each of them have different roles. As you can see here, the Acid Hydra has the role of engineer. The Cerberus has the role of support once again, and the Garm has the role of engineer. Now I'm only previewing the Empire ships for this because it's almost the same with every faction. You have either engineer or support for your frigates.
Yours roll with protection though, right?
Oh, that's true. I do have a couple protection. There isn't much of a difference between protection and support. Protection just means you want to gear it more towards missile defense and disrupting stuff, such as afterburners and thrusters within a certain radius. So it's not too different. I would almost put them, synonymously. They just have different effects. The engineer role, however, is something that's supposed to be somewhat different. Unfortunately, they've only got the one thing. It's the warp gate, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so they've only got the one engineer module out for these.
And it's expensive.
It is expensive, and it's also not very useful in certain games. You don't want to use a warp gate and captain in the combat reconnaissance if you're just going to shoot forward right into the enemy's front line. That's not what you want. So you'll see this, and I guess without further ado, let's go ahead and give them a nice preview of how we roll with frigates.
Now let's hope that I don't die in my frigate.
I'll be protecting you. Don't worry.
I've been saying that I have yet to die in my frigate. And
That's true. He's on a spree. He has not died once in his new frigate, and he's played some games it's pretty rough so far. He's had some close calls.
Like I said, I've kind of outfitted my thing with lots of health, and like I have triple of Aaron's health, in
Shut
from
up,
his
Steven.
frigate, my frigate. So.
Hey, go ahead, Steven. Go ahead and play. Yes, tell us how much hull and shield you have total. I won't show the fans. Just go ahead and tell us.
I have 21,400 hull,
Gosh.
which is a lot. A lot of people think I'm rolling a tier like that. I tell think I'm rolling tier three. And I've got around 9,000 shield.
Which is insane because you can compare it to my 6,700 hull and my 10,000 shield. And as you'll see here, I'm going to go ahead and activate these things. There you go, activated them all at once. Those are my area of effect, and those will help significantly with these people, especially the ones running towards the bomb. Let's go ahead and pop our drones out. I've also got something else here called the combat drone or the attack drone, which I can right-click. It takes a missile slot, and what it does is it seeks out my targeted enemy, and it follows them, shoots at them. You know, it's
Looks like
pretty useful.
looks like the bomb is headed towards C. Maybe.
Looks like the bomb is the. Ugh, I
Bomb
hate
got
these.
dropped.
There's a guy using the. There we go. I got one of them. Oh man, this guy doesn't want
Dante
to
got-
die.
All right,
I need
here
help.
they go.
Oh man, I've got an Empire fighter that doesn't
Get him,
want to
get
leave
him,
me
get him,
alone.
get him. He's got nothing. He's got like no hull right now. Okay.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh nope, that's not it. I wish I had pulsar. Oh, why did I just fire my missile? I meant to. Oh my gosh, who keeps hitting me? That was close.
What?
I tanked all of it though. I guess that's all right.
You still alive?
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm making it. Just barely, but I'm making it.
Oh.
They dropped the bomb again. Hang on, we got a guy incoming. You see, yeah,
Warrior.
Band-Aid Warrior. Wow.
Band-Aid Warrior?
Yeah, it's
Oh,
Band-Aid.
I thought it was Bandai.
Band-Aid.
Oh, they both
He's
got
reading
two
this in
bombs.
Arabic. Band-Aid Warrior.
They got 2 bombs.
Holy crap!
We might lose this one.
We might.
Yeah.
It's all right. It's not a big deal. I don't like this guy. I know for a fact he just followed me around and went cloak. This is ridiculous. Just stop,
I missed
please.
him. Oh, he didn't plant it up E.
I can't. I've got a bigger problem. This guy won't leave me alone. Oh man, you're so dead.
Oh, they planted B.
Got him. You kidding me?
They planted B.
Yeah, they planted it. All right.
Like nobody was going for it after.
Darkest,
I destroyed the guy that
dankest
was there.
mango. Well, it looks like we're not gonna win this one. I mean, that's okay. Okay, I'm tired of all these guys getting within range of me. This is ridiculous. I can't seem to be able to actually live up to my role if these enemies just do nothing but try and single us out here. See this guy, WJ1? We might need to get rid of him soon. In fact, I know we'll need to get rid of him soon.
I'm kind of transferring over to C.
We've got an enemy behind us. You know how I know? My drones are firing like crazy. Void Viper.
Really?
Yeah. Careful, I don't know
Okay.
where he is. Void Viper's down here. Enemy missile. You see that green thing that shot out of me? Yeah, blocking those enemy missiles. Making sure my teammates are all good. Oh no, he's got the emergency barrier. BT dubs, people who use emergency barriers, please don't. It really, I hate these things. It's annoying for us frigates to have to deal with. And why do I have the bomb? Why do I have the bomb?
It's a good question.
Oh gosh. I'm gonna go down towards Bravo. If I can make it to the bottom
I'm going
of
to
this rock.
C.
Let's
He
hope.
went- What? Where did he come from? Holy crap!
Yeah, I told you. That's the guy that was like
They
rolling.
planted at C.
They planted at C? Oh no, I think I might have a guy on me. Yep, what a punk. What a
Yeah, we're
punk.
gonna lose this one.
Oh my gosh, bro, Seth. You are so annoying. Oh no, I've got 2 guys on me. No! Oh, so, as you can see here, we've... Oh, gosh. Yep, I'm down. Now, I did tank all of that. Just, for the record, I was able to tank 3... I think it was 2 interceptors and 1 fighter shooting at me constantly.
All right. Are they
Yeah,
on B?
we've lost
Or-
this. Hang out at A. Just get to A. Oh my gosh.
Where is A at?
I can't follow you. Dang it. Oh well.
They're being douchebags now.
I think they're
Ooh,
toying
nice
with
shot.
us.
Nice hit. Nice hit.
Watch out. You got Frisbee Rocket
He
1.
dropped the bomb.
Frisbee Rocker 1. He's coming in. I don't like the 20-second respawn timer. He's coming in. He's almost at A.
I just got sniped. I'm getting sniped by.
We lost it. He's at the
Yeah,
bomb. Yeah. This team does
yeah.
not
We're
know what to do. Oh my gosh. I really don't like people like this
we're
team.
done.
It's kind of annoying.
So it was a good show of the frigate tutorial.
It
Losing.
it was, yeah, it was a good show. I don't like the fact that our team, whenever we go to preview these things, our teammates never know what to do. It's horrible.
Mm.
Gosh. Oh, jeez. And one thing I did forget to mention in some of the previous tutorials is a lot of these, you'll have some delineations in your contracts between different classes, such as uh, if you, let's see, the capture beacons ones, like the choice here or capturing positions here, those are more designated or geared towards being a fighter or an interceptor. Granted, you can capture a beacon as a frigate. It's not very common because they're slower, stuff like that. Uh, but ones like frigates up close and drone fleet, where you have to destroy Federation or you have to destroy ships with combat drones or a pulsar module, those are specifically geared towards frigates because some of it only applies to them. So it's interesting, and you'll find that throughout the other factions as well. So it's not just a Federation based thing. And I know some of this may seem completely biased since I'm playing Federation, but that's why I try to incorporate the guest speakers.
Yay!
Important, Steven, is important.
I don't know about important, but
Okay, so Steven is Steven. I guess that makes logical sense.
hopefully this is a captain one, so we can do support frigate.
Yeah, Captain ones are where frigates actually excel. Detonation, the newer one, isn't a great one to preview for a frigate.
Nope, domination. Okay.
No, domination's not too bad. It just means we find a point and then you and I guard it. Go figure. We get combat reconnaissance missions until we start recording for a showcase. Oh my gosh. Maybe
Yeah.
we'll win this one. One can only hope. Fingers crossed. Alright. Let's throw all these actives up.
I would wait. I am personally going to wait until to turn on my actives until I get to the point I'm going to because of the boost. Because I am driving a boat. Don't go fast at all.
That's understandable. I mean, I
You're still
find it.
passing me, and I don't even have.
See,
any of
the
my
difference
mods.
is Vanguard seems to
Ooh,
specialize in capacitors. So what happens is my capacitor
There
happens to
is
be a Mark
a
III, and on top of the reduction of 20% of support modules, I'm also recharging my energy rate at 20% with a
There is
capacitor.
a gentleman out way far.
A gentleman out way far?
Like there's another Empire frigate shooting.
Oh! I think I saw something coming from him earlier. And I guess something I did forget to mention too is the typical weapons for frigates happen to be lasers. A lot of frigates favor heavy lasers as their weapon of choice, and it's very sensical because you need something that's constant, something that can keep pace with the enemy you're targeting, and something that you don't have to worry about too much in terms of leading because you have a slower rate of rotation for the barrels. So you'll find a lot of frigates roll with
I don't know if
lasers.
this is a harpy that I'm shooting at, or if it's a.
My gosh,
Boom.
my gosh,
Can't-
we need help at Bravo. I don't know why I'm up here
Why are you at Bravo?
because
You're
we
not
need help at
going
it.
to Bravo. Oh man.
Boom!
Problem.
Oh! And one very great thing for frigates, especially frigates of my magnitude, the weapon. Oh man, I hate punks that do this. I hate punks that do this. Oh my gosh! Missile, 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 missile.
Oh, that's Bravo.
Steven, look above.
Got it.
Gosh.
Sorry.
No, it's not your fault. They just overwhelmed me. Once again, team does
Whoa.
not know how to play their roles. Nice shot. I think I saw that one.
I didn't get that shot. That was a Jericho.
Oh, that was a Jericho.
Yeah.
Well, we've got guys over at
They
C.
all just went invisible.
Oh, you're the
Oh
only
no,
guy.
it's
Steven,
off
you
the
are the
target.
front line at Alpha.
Okay,
Hang
that's
in
fine.
there. I'm coming in soon. Oh, you got a guy that came in behind you. Nuke him.
Whoop,
Don't worry.
I see
Just
it.
hang around the defense drones. They'll pick him off eventually. Within about 5 years. All right.
Oh man, my
On
shields
my
are
last
down.
legs here. It's all right. Watch out. You've got Obajon. Yeah, what are you? Your shields are down. Shut up with that.
Oh
I
man,
got
my shields are down.
21,000 hull. Nothing
Oh,
gets through my
he
hull.
gassed me.
Oh,
Nice.
snap. You got another guy coming in, too. Red Hawk down. Oh, gosh, I hate people like this. People in this game hold
They
grudges
just don't
so
like me.
much. Yeah. If they find someone, they're like, oh, dude, we gotta go for him. We gotta go for him. It's like obligation.
I'm being
Obligation.
lasered.
I see that. Don't worry. I'm working on this guy. He's an interceptor.
Uh,
Oh, my gosh. This guy's dodgy. Woo! He just shot out of there. That's alright. As long as we
Alright.
hold this point. See, we work as frigates, we work very well at defense. Watch out, you got a sniper out there. Watch for the tracers, yeah.
Where?
Sniper out to the right, near Obajon.
Uh, oh, we're losing C.
We are? Okay. I'm gonna
Yeah,
go for Bravo. Are you sniping the drones?
I was going to.
Brilliant. No, but what I was gonna say before is you have the combat modules, and for the thermal, especially for something like this, I prefer going for EM with my
Oh, I can actually
microwave,
target them now.
and what that does is it changes my laser damage to EM, and by changing it to EM, I do tons of
You got
damage
a
to shield.
gentleman up there with you.
I know, I see him. Like you see, nice shot, thank you. Can you do that again?
I missed him.
It's all right.
I'm being sniped.
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
being sniped too. There's a guy right on me. Whoop. I'm also being targeted by
Oh, I got netted.
a fighter.
I'm
I
gonna
don't know
probably die.
why this guy hates me. Red Hawk down
Hit.
is such a jerk.
Yeah, I
Holy
died.
crap,
Oh
buddy.
my god.
Did you die?
I got attacked by four people, and I was at half health and half.
Oh
shield, and
my
I got netted.
gosh.
So,
Seriously. So as
I
you can
seriously
tell,
died.
frigates are not like combat oriented. We're definitely support, but in case you haven't noticed, we have suffered 2 games where both of our teams do not know what their roles are. And I hate to be the guy that sits here and just blames it on his team, but in this particular case, if you're having to have your frigates cap points and take the frontline position, then you are not doing your job as a teammate, as a fighter or an interceptor for that matter. Note to you guys that play this game, please try to follow your roles, because if you can't escort your frigate teammates, then your frigate teammates cannot protect you and they cannot perform their jobs well.
Okay.
I mean, I roll with all my actives up, combat drones, everything. I actually have some epic gear outfitted for this particular ship, and I can't last more than 5 seconds against these guys because our teammates don't. They seem to want to dogfight more than they want to capture beacons. That's another thing in this game. When you play domination,
Aw,
please cap, not kill. That's my philosophy. You don't go for points, because you can get more points by capping the beacons than you can by killing them off, killing the enemy. And it's very important to do so, because capping wins you the game, and if you win the game, then you obviously get a much better payout. Oh man, it looks like this guy's gonna be a jerk. Nice shooting, bro. Dadgum.
if you can get him off of that
I
freaking
can't.
point.
There's no way. He's hiding behind the beacon like a little. Ugh. Oh,
dead.
wait. He's dead. Oh, that was classic. I guess those
Jericho's,
Jericho
man.
missiles come in handy every now and then, huh? Alright, there we go. Beacon captured. I tapped it. I blew on the beacon in it, and I captured it. See this guy? I need some help.
Which one?
Never mind.
Liquid?
I think I got him. Yeah, he's
Yeah,
down.
you got him.
That sniper's
Alright.
still up there, though.
I'll
Oh,
take out the sniper.
okay, he's still
I'm
up
not
there.
worried about him at all.
I
killed him
want to
once
go up
already.
top. I really want to go up top. Like, if we could capture B, that would. No, we can't. We have people like Tatron who just camp up there this whole game. It's unfair. Granted, I've camped at A. The difference is I've got a specific
Oop.
part
I'm
to
gonna get
play.
sniped.
This guy should be capping, not camping.
I need help.
I need help too. I'm not
Okay,
gonna make
well.
it up here.
As long as I'm not the only one that needs help.
Oh, stop firing the missile. Woo! Oh no. I see you. Hang on. Hang on. Oh,
Yeah.
man. Modules. Down. I'll get this guy off you. Shoot
Dude, those
him.
freaking lasers, man.
Oh, come on. There we go. Got him. Got him. Got him. I got a guy on my tail, though. Nuke him. Look at this guy. Oh, he just warped out. That was a good testament to the tanking capabilities, though, of a frigate. I mean, Steven and I basically
We
warded
lost.
off those guys. We still lost, yeah. But that's alright. I know this may be somewhat of a bad showcase for the frigate, but it's it's kind of hard because while it is our favorite. I mean the frigate happens to be one of my favorite classes to play. It's very tough
It's
because
definitely my favorite.
it's definitely Steven's favorite, yeah. But it can be also be very tough because normally with the baddies, whenever we play together, we usually take a more adaptive role where Steven's a frigate. I usually play interceptor, with Jake playing a frigate, and then Chris usually plays the fighter. So we have a very adaptive team. Um, the problem is whenever you do play frigate, and I think Steven, you would agree with me on this, is that you have to really depend on your teammates to make the right moves in order for you to support them correctly.
Yeah. Like, you probably saw multiple times where I said I was in trouble, so Styles had to come and help me.
Yeah, when you have to have frigates helping frigates, you clearly have a problem. And I noticed about 80% of the game it was Steven and myself guarding the only beacon we had, which was
Yeah.
also kind of a bad thing. So note to the guys that don't play frigates. I'm not, I don't want to sit here and say do your job, but please,
Do your
lend
job.
lend. Thank you, Steven. Lend a hand every now and then.
Do
It
your
does,
job.
you only win games if you support the people that are supposed to be supporting you. So that's very crucial. Frigates like us, we do our jobs well, but we can only do them well if people are willing to actually go with us. But later on, you'll see some more gameplay of us doing some more cohesive roles, and it'll be a lot of fun. So thank you guys. If you have any questions, please feel free comment, send us a message in inbox. We love to hear from you guys, and I guess we will see you in the
Wait,
next game. Oh, what's up? What's up?
I was gonna say, if you have a specific question for one of us, mention it in the comment who you would like to answer.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's good. Yeah, because some of us are better geared towards answering other certain questions. I mean, obviously, one thing too is if you have a question that's geared in something particular, such as what's the best outfit for a fighter, then we'll have the appropriate person respond to you, such as Chris or myself. I can play fighters as well. But if you have something such as a frigate question, then obviously Steven or Jacob will be the one that'll answer, and you'll see that. So it's not a big deal. Um, but I hope you guys like the preview and give us your suggestions, comments, hints, requests, whatever it is. I will be putting forth a dogfight video here pretty soon with tactics on how to combat and maneuver with the interceptor, the fighter, as well as some tactical advantages for maneuverability with the frigate. So stick around and it'll be quite interesting. Thanks a lot, guys.